Sports presents Benning Bites with Damon Benning. Benning Bites with Damon Benning.
Fantastic episode of Benning Bites. Hopefully you got that. I'll say it again. A fantastic episode of Benning Bites. However you get us, Google, Apple, Spotify. Be a part of what we're doing. We love people and the people interaction. It's the people that give me and help spark ideas for Benning Bites. Like, what is it that you want to know? Coming off an amazing weekend of a little truth serum in terms of culture. We'll get into Nebraska basketball and Minnesota and what that 4-game win streak going in meant for this weekend in terms of expectation levels and how they changed. And Nebraska baseball with South Alabama coming off what happened in San Diego and trying to adjust the culture. And the big one, going into the Lions' Den, where a lot of teams weren't excited in the Big East to take on that monster known as Villanova, and how Creighton had to recalibrate to play Villanova coming off of what happened at Marquette. Because I think sometimes we undersell this. It's like, okay, the psychological stuff, this old psychobabble, analyzing this, that, and the other. And sometimes I feel like we undersell it. Sometimes I feel like we think we overtalk it because it's like Jimmy's and Joe's, right? Somehow we've kind of dumbed football down to Jimmy's and Joe's. Man, 5 stars and 4 stars play for championships, and sometimes we discredit coaching. And so how are we consistent in that? Yes, good players matter, but there are a lot of programs that have good players that don't win at elite levels. It can't just simply be they don't have enough good players, right? Does coaching matter? If it didn't, then we wouldn't worry so much about who's coaching when openings become available. And we'll go through the emotions heading into each of those aforementioned games that we talked about, because at the end of the day, especially as I kind of fast forward through this past weekend to get to this Monday show, it's very, very interesting how we pick and choose when emotions matter versus when it's all about talent, right? How do you explain Villanova and getting Justin Moore back, even though he's not 100% playing like Justin Moore? Like, what was the momentum going into this past weekend before they saw Creighton if it wasn't just about physical talent? Was his 70% better than, things like that? We liked Nebraska's baseball talent on paper. We loved guys like Drew Christo coming out of high school. He was talented. He was in the draft discussion, So when does it matter? When does it doesn't? When does it not, I should say. So make sure you stay tuned. There's a lot going on. Fantastic show. Make sure you give my man Andrew Rogers a follow at Andrew Rogers TV. He and I go back and forth as we continue to grow together and have some fun on Coffee and Cream. You can get us on 590 AM in Omaha, KFOR in Lincoln starting at 9 o'clock, or you can always get us on YouTube TV. We are here for you, streaming, as the kiddos like to say. We want you to be a part of it. It's another episode of Benning Bites.